Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. So I watched Helen Cryer open her birthday present of pigment sticks, oil pigment sticks, and I decided that would be fun to play with. And then I went uptown, we were on vacation, and they had this little mini pack. And so I brought it back to the cottage and played with it a little bit, and they were so nice. And I thought about it and thought about it. Do I want more? Can I just fiddle around with this little package? And looked into pricing and all that kind of stuff. And decided to go back and get the other set they had the next time I went up and got some more colors to work with. And I had bought some paper, too, the first time I was up there just to play around with. And all I did with it so far was just this little bit here, which is all dry now because this was all in April. So it has taken me a while to get back to it because things have been crazy busy. When I was a kid, I worked with oil paints because my mom was an oil painter and she would set up a still life. And we would sit around the dining room table. Those of us that wanted to, apparently, I thought we all did it, but I did. And we sat around the table and we painted whatever still life she had set up. And sometimes we worked in oils, sometimes we worked in charcoal. I think mostly we did charcoal, but I got a set of oil paints, I think, for my birthday or for Christmas. And so I remember doing it distinctly with oil paints. And this was so reminiscent of that whole experience without quite as much of the smell and the mess. So I thought I would fool around with these and see what I could do. The other thing I bought after I did that was, I think it was on some kind of special, or they only had a few left. I can't remember what it was, but I decided to buy one more thing to add to this whole process. And I'm going to open that now. I have been waiting to open this for, again, at least a month. To the point where I kept forgetting what was in this box. And it is a big one. And it is the blending stick, which I don't know how useful it will be. I know that when Helen Cryer was messing around with them, she used the blending stick on the pigment sticks she had that weren't quite as creamy as the R&F ones. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get it. It wasn't, I don't remember how much it was. It by itself was not all that much. So anyway, first I'm going to get these new ones out and swatch them and see what this does. So if that sounds like fun to you, please join me. Flip my paper over and let's get started. So these are interesting little things in that you have to peel a layer from the outside off. And now this is the only one I worked with, and you can see it's there. They do not recommend you putting them back in the container just for this reason, because they're hard to get out. But since I'd only used the one, I didn't really want to do anything else with it yet at this point. So let me see if I can get him out of here without too much effort. Come on, Papa. I know other people that keep them in there all the time and don't have a problem. So there we go. And I put the plastic on it thinking it might keep it a little more malleable. Let me just lay this out. And it is definitely still. I'm not sure that was a great idea, but it is very workable. There's no skin on it, it seems. So I don't know if that's a good alternative or not. Let's try the cream. Oh, looks like I used the cream too, because I did the same thing. Here. Oh, that one came out easier. That one's... Nope, this one has definitely got a crust over it. I think what I want to do before I get too far in this is get myself some gloves on. Okay, got some gloves. And an apron for good measure, I thought. Because they are oil paints and they are messy. So you have to, like, take a skin off. See that? Now you can peel it with an X-Acto, or you can just rub it off too. That was another option. They are messy. I wanted to bring you along while I played with them before I really worked with them too much. And I don't know if you can see that one. It's very pretty. It's very much the same color as the paper, though. But see, I used these two colors together. That's where I got that one. So I am doing this now because I really want to be able to use them. And I've kind of been not. Now the first color was Mars Red. The second one was Sienna Yellow Extra Pale. Oh, am I doing this wrong? I am doing this wrong. I want this end off. Ah, there we go. Well, we'll tape that back up. Okay, so I taped my boo-boo here. You can also use a palette knife to scrape it off. I probably should do. Let's get me another piece on here. I might want some brushes too, which of course are in the other room. We'll see as I get started. I don't know that I'm after any kind of real realism here. They tend to work better in the abstract. That's why I thought I would stick to something fairly simple, although a cute little picture on it might be just more than what will work. All right, this is the ivory black. It's pretty. Nice, kind of necessary color. Okay, and then this one, first up is Naples Yellow. Come on, Papa. Pile of papers. again, really pretty color. Buttery yellow. Cadmium green pale. Well, that one came out easy. Let's try doing this part first. I am a sucker for a nice green. Blue is King's Blue, which reminds me of the King's Blue gouache I have. A little reminiscent of lavender. Nice pretty sky blue. Now this is turkey red, which might be kind of similar to what I already have. But it is the same company, and it does have a different name. So we'll see. I'm not sure what part of the turkey they're referring to. Probably the gobbler, the little thing that hangs down. Probably not really called a gobbler. If you said what it was, I'd probably go, oh yeah, that thing. We had turkeys in our backyard about, oh gosh, 2 weeks ago. Whole family of them. Mama, Daddy, and about 12 little baby turkeys that have another name, and I knew it at the time. Oh, I want to do this one over here so we can see the difference. Oh, this is definitely different. Brighter red. Definitely a brighter red. Not so burnt sienna-ish. It's a poult. That's a baby turkey. I knew it was an odd name, but when I had 12 of them in the backyard, I had to look them up. Look it up, I should say. Okay, now we have greenish, turkey green, turkey umber greenish. So again, I don't know what part of a turkey's green. I wonder what it refers to. It may be the country? Not an actual turkey? I knew more about pigments. I'd probably know that. I have to say, this is not a color that I have seen in watercolor, gouache, or pastels, to my knowledge. Although pastels often are numbers. So I don't really know about turkey colors named turkey. It's very dark. It's very dark green, greenish, blackish. How does it differ from this one? one of them, oh, it's greenish. The other one is not greenish. So can't tell that really till I got them up right next to each other. Now this one, I'm trying to clean my hands real good because it's white. Neutral white. Which looks an awful lot like Sienna Yellow Extra Pale. Really hard to just take off a little. Took off more than I wanted. Okay, that's like a warm white. It says neutral, but it's kind of warm to me, and it's definitely different. It is even more the color of the paper. Well, that is fun. I am so excited. These are really cool. Oh, I suppose I should open this one too. And see what I can do with them. This one's softer. The skin is very much softer. I don't know if it is a matter of how old they are, how long it's been since you've used them, how thick the skin gets. All right, so let's see. Okay, let's try. I have this other paper. I'm going to try this really cheap little paper that I got years ago. Like, I don't even remember where. But it looks like it's Royal Langnickel, so I don't know if they still make it. Like I said, it's very cheap, but let's try to do something. Maybe not my cup yet. That might be, like I said, another time. But let us do maybe a floral. So I'm going to just do what I would do if I was painting with watercolor and wanted to make a nice loose floral. I think I'm going to go get a stiff brush. Okay, so I got me some brushes. I don't know much about oil painting. I just did it as a kid. Watched my mom do it. I know fat on lean. That's about the extent of my knowledge. Like I said, this paper is, I don't think, very good. I was hoping for a little more purple in this. What I'm really getting is gray. I think the blue is just not the right blue, not strongly pigmented enough to do what I want. So we are changing our lined here. I thought it would be maybe akin to a pastel. I feel like it's not quite that. I'm not sure. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to try something totally out of your element without a whole lot of preconceived notion. Something is bound to work, and a lot of things are probably bound not to work. Kind of want that lost and found edge. See if that is something I can achieve in this. As soon as I add a little bit of that creamy color to it, it brings the green out. Okay, I want to put a flower down here. I think I'm leaning towards blue. Well, that was kind of fun. I'm sure there are a lot of other things I could do with them or ways to use them. I want a brown, and I don't have brown really. So I'm just trying to mix one. There's a lot of ability to lay it down, pick it up, put it over it. It does have those additive kinds of way of working that pastels have versus watercolor, where you do, when you glaze, you're doing that, but you can't really put a light color over a dark color in watercolor. Well, I would like to play with these some more. I might try some more abstracted things, abstracted landscapes, that kind of thing. Because that might be more fun, or some fun. Get my little brighter blue there. Colors really dulled a bit because they kind of got all mixed up, which is okay, except that I don't really have a good place to mix them. And maybe that's what I need too, is like a palette sheet, which I do have and I could get out. Maybe next time I will do that. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe. And if you want to be notified of future videos, hit the cute little bell. This is definitely different than what I normally do because, like I said, I haven't worked with oil other than oil pastels. I have not worked in oils in, 50 years. I don't even know. Let me think. Yeah, ish, somewhere in there. So if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I have prints of my artwork along with my cute little monsters and some other fun stuff for sale. And until next time, thank you so much for watching.